Blade vs. Batman. The Dark Knight meets the Daywalker. Visuals fade in on Gotham City at night, a sprawling metropolis of Gothic spires and shadowed alleyways. Thunder rumbles in the distance, and a light rain begins to fall, casting a glossy sheen over the streets below. The bat signal pierces the cloudy sky, a beacon calling out to its enigmatic protector. On a towering rooftop, Batman stands vigilant, his cape billowing dramatically in the wind, eyes scanning the city through his cowl's integrated lenses. Cut to another rooftop across the city. Blade, the Daywalker, stealthily observes the urban landscape. His signature sunglasses reflect the flickering city lights, and his leather trench coat hides an arsenal of deadly weapons. The two figures are unaware of each other, for now. What's up, fellow comic geeks and superhero enthusiasts? Ever pondered what would happen if two of the darkest heroes in the comic world crossed paths? Well, today we're delving into the ultimate face-off. Batman, Gotham's relentless guardian, versus Blade, the infamous vampire hunter known as the Daywalker. Both are masters of the night, both are driven by tragedy, and both are absolute badasses in their own right. So, buckle up and grab some popcorn, 'cause we're about to dive deep into their origins, abilities, and speculate on who would come out on top in an epic showdown. Let's get into it. Alright, let's sink our teeth into Blade's backstory. Born Eric Brooks in 1929 in the squalid streets of Soho, London, Blade's life was marked by tragedy from the get-go. His mother, Tara Brooks, was attacked by the vampire Deacon Frost during labor, injecting vampiric enzymes into Eric's bloodstream. This rare occurrence granted him a unique physiology, all the strengths of a vampire with none of their weaknesses, a walking anomaly, a daywalker. Growing up, young Eric witnessed the horrors inflicted by vampires on humanity. At age 9, he was taken under the wing of Jamal Afari, a jazz trumpeter by day and a seasoned vampire hunter by night. Jamal trained Blade in martial arts, weaponry, and the grim craft of vampire extermination. Talk about an unconventional upbringing. So, what sets Blade apart from your average vampire slayer? For starters, his vampire physiology grants him superhuman attributes. He can lift approximately 1 ton, that's 2,000 pounds for those keeping score, run at speeds exceeding 45 miles per hour, and his reflexes are sharp enough to dodge bullets at close range. His stamina and endurance are off the charts, allowing him to fight for hours without tiring. Blade's accelerated healing factor means he can recover from wounds that would be fatal to others, regenerating damaged tissue, healing broken bones in hours instead of weeks. His senses are heightened to supernatural levels. He can see in near total darkness and detect the faintest sounds and scents. Blade isn't just relying on his natural gifts. He's a master of multiple martial arts disciplines, including Jeet Kune Do, Hapkido, and Capoeira, combining them into his own unique hybrid fighting style. His proficiency with weapons is extensive. He's deadly with swords, knives, firearms, and improvised weapons. His signature weapon is a double-edged titanium blade with an acid-etched serrated edge, designed to slice through vampire flesh like a hot knife through butter. He also packs a plethora of specialized gear: silver stakes, UV grenades that emit lethal ultraviolet light, and automatic firearms loaded with hollow-point bullets filled with garlic essence and silver nitrate. Talk about overkill. Blade's track record is as impressive as it is fearsome. In Tomb of Dracula, number 13, he took down Dracula's minions single-handedly. In Blade, 1998, he defeated Deacon Frost, who had transformed into the vampire god La Magra. He even held his own against Wolverine in Wolverine vs. Blade Special, number 1, no small feat considering Logan's adamantium skeleton and feral ferocity. He's thwarted apocalyptic threats, dismantled vampire hierarchies centuries old, and has been pivotal in storylines involving other supernatural entities like Morbius and Ghost Rider. Switching gears to Gotham's finest, let's delve into the psyche of Bruce Wayne. At 8 years old, witnessing the cold-blooded murder of his parents in Detective Comics, number 33 scarred him irrevocably. This trauma forged his unyielding resolve to rid Gotham of its criminal underbelly. Bruce embarked on a global journey, training his mind and body to perfection. He mastered various disciplines under world-renowned experts: ninjutsu with Kirigi, detective skills from Sunitomo, escape artistry from Max Dodge, and even venturing into the mystic arts with Zatara. By the time he returned to Gotham, He had transformed himself into the ultimate weapon against crime. Batman operates at the peak of human physical condition. He can bench press 1,000 pounds and leg press 2,500 pounds. His agility and reflexes rival those of Olympic-level athletes, allowing him to dodge gunfire and perform complex acrobatic maneuvers. He's a grandmaster of 127 martial arts styles, including key ones like Taekwondo, Judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and even lethal arts like Dim Mak. His combat skill is such that he's taken down dozens of armed opponents simultaneously, as seen in Batman, Year 1. Mentally, Bruce is off the charts with an IQ of 192. He's a polymath, fluent in multiple languages, and possesses eidetic memory. His detective skills are unmatched. He's solved cases that left even the world's best puzzled. His strategic mind allows him to anticipate his opponent's moves and devise countermeasures on the fly. Batman's arsenal is as vast as it is versatile. His utility belt contains gadgets for every conceivable situation. Batarangs with explosive, electrical, or remote-controlled variants. Grappling guns capable of supporting his weight and then some. Smoke pellets, cryonic acid capsules, and even kryptonite-based weapons when necessary. His vehicles are technological marvels. The Batmobile isn't just for show. It comes equipped with military-grade armaments, EMP generators, and even stealth mode. The Batwing can reach speeds of Mach 5 and is armed to the teeth. Then there's his suits. From the standard Kevlar-lined Batsuit offering resistance to firearms and blades, to the Hellbat suit forged by the Justice League, allowing him to go toe-to-toe with cosmic threats at the expense of rapidly depleting his metabolism. Batman has a resume that reads like a mythic saga. In Justice League, number 2, he took out an entire squadron of parademons. In Batman, number 612, he fought Superman to a standstill using a kryptonite ring and strategic prowess. He once escaped from a maze designed by Darkseid in Final Crisis, number 6, and let's not forget when he survived being buried alive in Batman, number 681. He also developed contingency plans to neutralize every member of the Justice League, which were detailed in JLA, Tower of Babel. This foresight underscores his relentless preparation and tactical genius. Time to stack these two up directly. Blade's superhuman strength enables him to lift 1 ton, while Batman maxes out around 1,000 pounds. Blade's speed and reflexes are supernaturally enhanced, allowing him to outrun cars and react in milliseconds. Batman, though incredibly fast, operates within human limits. Endurance-wise, Blade's healing factor allows him to recover from injuries rapidly and resist toxins. Batman relies on his armor and endurance training. He can push through pain but doesn't regenerate. Batman has mastered over 100 martial arts, making him one of the most skilled fighters in the DC universe. He can exploit pressure points, anticipate fighting styles, and adapt instantly. Blade is a master martial artist in his own right, focusing on lethal fighting styles optimized for killing vampires and supernatural entities. His combat is aggressive and efficient, aiming to eliminate threats swiftly. Batman holds a significant advantage in intellect and strategic thinking. His tactical analysis is unparalleled. He can devise multi-layered plans with contingencies for every possible outcome. Blade, while intelligent and experienced, tends to rely more on direct action and honing his combat skills rather than elaborate planning. Bruce Wayne's wealth estimates around $9.2 billion, funding his high-tech gadgets and operations. He has access to top-tier technology, satellite networks, and a network of allies like Oracle and Lucius Fox. Blade operates with more limited resources, but he's got connections in the supernatural underworld. He collaborates with allies like Hannibal King and has access to rare weapons and ancient knowledge. Picture this. A new vampiric threat emerges in Gotham, a sect attempting to resurrect an ancient vampire deity. Blade tracks them to the city, while Batman investigates a series of grisly murders. Unbeknownst to each other, they're on a collision course. A shadowy figure manipulates events from behind the scenes. Let's say Ra's al Ghul has allied with this vampire sect to cleanse humanity. It's the perfect storm for our two heroes to meet. On a rain-soaked rooftop, Blade confronts a group of vampires mid-ritual. Batman swoops in, mistaking Blade for a villain. Blade, get out of my way. You don't know what you're dealing with. Batman, you're not the only one cleaning up these streets. Stand down or be taken down. The tension is thicker than Gotham fog. Neither backs down. Batman initiates with stealth tactics, deploying smoke bombs to obscure Blade's vision. But Blade's vampiric senses cut through the smokescreen. He detects Batman's heartbeat and movement. Blade goes on the offensive with his sword, his strikes swift and deadly. Batman counters with martial arts, using Aikido to redirect Blade's attacks and searching for an opening. Batman realizes conventional tactics aren't working. He scans Blade with his cowl's sensors and detects anomalous biosignatures, realizing he's facing a Dhampir. He attempts to exploit weaknesses with sonics and tasers, but Blade's resilience surprises him. Blade, noticing Batman's reliance on gadgets, targets his utility belt with an EMP grenade, disabling some of his tech. Option 1. Batman, adapting on the fly, uses a sonic batarang calibrated to vampire frequencies, momentarily disorienting Blade and allowing Batman to gain the upper hand. Option 2. They uncover evidence of the true enemy manipulating them and decide an alliance is the best course. Option 3. After an intense exchange, they reach a stalemate, acknowledging that continued fighting is futile and that their objectives align more than conflict. Preparation is Batman's middle name. If he has intel on Blade beforehand, he could develop countermeasures specific to Dhampirs, possibly replicating serum that inhibits Blade's abilities. Without prep time, Blade's superior physical abilities could overwhelm Batman before he devises an effective strategy. Moral codes come into play too. Blade's lethal approach versus Batman's no-kill rule may lead Batman to hold back, possibly putting him at a disadvantage. If Blade were to embrace his vampiric side fully, activating his bloodlust mode, he'd become immensely more powerful but potentially more reckless. Batman could exploit this lack of control. If Batman uses vampiric weaknesses against Blade, like rare anti-vampire toxins or magical artifacts, he's dealt with the supernatural before. He might nullify Blade's advantages. In Gotham's urban maze filled with tech access points and surveillance, Batman could manipulate the environment to his favor. In a setting riddled with supernatural elements or wards against technology, Blade might dominate. Supporters of Blade point to his superhuman strength and regenerative abilities. He's fought and defeated foes far stronger than humans, suggesting that Batman would be outmatched physically. His immunity to traditional vulnerabilities means surprise tactics might not work. Batman fans argue that his intellect and resourcefulness trump raw power. His track record against metahumans and gods indicates he can devise a way to neutralize Blade. His experience with supernatural threats, e.g., Batman and Dracula, Red Ron, shows he's not unprepared for such foes. Blade's 1998 film was a game-changer, grossing $131 million worldwide and proving that Marvel characters could succeed on the big screen. It laid the groundwork for future superhero films, particularly with its R-rated edge. Batman, with origins dating back to 1939 in Detective Comics, number 27, has been a cultural mainstay. His films have grossed over $4.99 billion worldwide, and the character has been adapted into countless media forms, influencing generations. Both characters embody the struggle against inner demons. Blade battles the thirst that perpetually tempts him, representing the fight against one's darker nature. Batman grapples with the fine line between justice and vengeance, constantly testing his moral limits to avoid becoming like the very criminals he fights. They operate outside legal boundaries, raising questions about ethics in vigilantism. Blade's lethal methods bring quick resolution but at moral costs. Batman's adherence to his code ensures justice is served but can prolong the cycle of crime. Blade symbolizes the intersection of humanity and monstrosity, a guardian who stands between the human world and supernatural threats. Batman is the symbol of human potential harnessed through willpower and intellect. He reminds us that one person can make a difference, even in the face of overwhelming darkness. So, after dissecting their origins, abilities, and strategies, who takes the crown? Blade brings superhuman prowess and a ruthless efficiency to the fight. Batman offers unparalleled intellect, preparation, and adaptive combat skills. It's a clash of brute power versus strategic mastery. In the end, the victor might just be determined by the circumstances. With prep time and intel, Batman could level the playing field. In a spontaneous encounter, Blade's superior physicality might give him the edge. But perhaps the real win is when these two join forces against a greater evil. But hey, that's just scratching the surface. I want to hear from you. Who do you think would win this epic showdown? Drop your theories, analyses, and fanfic ideas in the comments below. Let's get this debate rolling. Thanks for sticking around, fellow nerds. It's been a wild ride through the dark alleys of Gotham and the vampire-infested underworld. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our next nerdy adventure. We've got more epic battles and analyses coming your way.